We all have first memories. Our parents, our home. First memory is where we humans begin. And in 2026, AI will have that moment. For the very first time, artificial intelligence will have true memory. And that may mark the beginning of an entirely new era. You are on Scripto channel, and we hunt AI anomalies. We crack open black boxes. Hit subscribe and decode the next signal.
Anomaly detected.
Talk a lot about this. Like right now, memory is still very crude, very early. We're in like the GPT-2 era of memory. But what it's going to be like when it really does remember every detail of your entire life and it's personalized across all of that, and not just the facts, but like the little small preferences that you had that you maybe like didn't even think to indicate, but the AI can pick up on. I think that's going to be super powerful. That's one of the features that still, maybe not a 2026 thing, but that's one of the parts of this I'm most excited for.
Major AI companies, including OpenAI, are getting very close to building AI memory. But what does it mean? What is AI memory? To understand that, first we need to see how AI remembers things now. Right now, AI has two types of memory. The first is something like a universal memory. This is what AI model knows about the world. We can think of it as if somebody took internet, condensed it, distilled it into a neural network. And all information there is stored as weights and connections between neurons. And that model, that memory, is permanent. Permanent in this case means that the model uses the same memory for millions of people. And when they talk to the AI, the permanent memory, the universal memory, does not change. And the second type of memory is context memory. That includes all conversation histories and preferences the AI has with each user. And the context memory lives in the context window. And what is a context window? Well, the easiest way to imagine it is as a sticky note. That yellow piece of paper that you put on your fridge. Every time you talk to AI or you ask it a question, your prompt gets written onto that note. The model then runs it. It processes it through that neural network, through the universal memory. Then it produces an answer. The answer then gets written back onto that same note. As easy as that. Well, of course, it is an extreme of the simplification. Yet it is accurate. And that is how AI often forgets things. Well, if your memory is stored on a sticky note, no wonder it doesn't last. Eventually, sticky notes, they fills up, they get thrown away. Somebody suddenly writes an onion soup recipe on it. And that's how the AI model you're talking to suddenly becomes a complete stranger.
Anomaly detected.
What the AI companies are currently working on is a new type of memory. A memory where conversations and preferences are no longer stored on a sticky note, but inside the neural network itself. How exactly will this be done? Well, we'll find out soon, once the first models appear. But if I had to guess now, I would say that probably they will do it the same way nature did, by building neocortex. In biology, the neocortex is a thin layer on top of the core brain, and that's where cognition and long-term memory live. Only advanced mammals have it. And that's where the true intelligence begins. And if we look at how AI has evolved so far, we will see that it has borrowed most of its ideas from biology, from how our brain works, which is why I wouldn't be terribly surprised if AI follows the same path and mimic evolution. In other words, AI memory will come as a layer of neurons on top of the existing neural network. And it will be live. It will be storing information about current events, about conversations and preferences in real time. Not once a year or months as it is done currently, but in real time, just like our own memory works. When that happens, intelligence is no longer a sequence of unrelated events or disconnected moments. With memory, intelligence becomes a person. 2026 will be the first year AI gets true memory. For AI, that will be the beginning of time.
Anomaly detected.
If you want more AI anomalies, I got one for you right here. AI vaccine. AI is spreading like a virus. But how do we treat viruses? Yeah, that's right. With vaccine, AI vaccine. If we want to stay in control, this might be our best, well, if not only option. Right here.